There is a phrase that will cause anyone who grew up with video games in the early 80s, late 90s to shudder, and that phrase is Ocean Software Movie Tie-In Game. The Addams Family, a demo. It's a platformer. Of course it's a platformer. There are always platformers. Surprisingly unfinished this as well for something that's meant to be advertising your game. There's no sound whatsoever, although having heard the full game sound, that's kind of a blessing in disguise. Also, it's missing a stamina mechanic that turns up in the full game, and also, try as I might, I can't go through that door on the first screen. These Tasmanian... Oh, I did not think that was going to hit me. These Tasmanian devil things can only be killed when they're stationary. And I didn't think that was going to hit me either. Yes, brutally difficult this. As soon as you die, you get sent back to where you started. And I've not managed to travel for more than about 3 screens in total. Can we? No, that soil is dangerous as well. Obvious that. And this is a demo of Euro Football Champ, or Football Champ. The title seems to change depending on which version you're talking about. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? A lot going on. Possibly it's a little slow. But how does it play? Can't tell you. This isn't a playable demo at all. I am not controlling this in any way whatsoever. What is the bloody point? But finally, a good demo. This is Arnie. No Arnie in particular. You can't copyright a name, can you? Can you? You probably can these days. Yeah, I like this, if nothing else for how cheeky it is. It's quite a nice little isometric shooter. Possibly a bit tight on how much you have to sort of get close to the edge of the screen before it'll start scrolling. Ah, shot in the back. Oh hell, heavy artillery's coming out. Now I want to get Pinky here, because... Come here. He drops a better weapon. Which I promptly lose. Let's try that again. Or get blown to smithereens. Either option's good. Limited ammo with the better weapons, so you don't want to just fire wildly with them. We appear to have found the edge of the world. Now let's play this tactically. Or shoot the wall a bit. Ah, sure but sweet that. Still, a lot of fun, and as you might expect, he'll be back. Now, here's a weird one. This is Southern Belle, the great-granddaddy of all of these simulation games, where you get to control, to an excruciating degree, an actual proper steam engine doing the London to Brighton run. Even on the easiest settings, when I get a grand total of 2 things to control, it took me ages just to get the thing moving at all. So cut off to full, regulator to regulate 2 times, whatever. Wait until you start moving, otherwise your wheels will spin, and then ramp it up to full speed. and we can power our way out of Victoria Station with as much power as the Commodore 64's 3D graphics can muster. There is an accelerate time option, but it doesn't accelerate it by a whole amount. Ooh, Battersea Power Station. I should probably check what those signals mean. I should also get bored and activate the warp mode on Winvice. I should probably investigate how the brakes work at this point. Oh. Brighton never knew what hit it. And finally, Ancipital. Ooh, probably should have given an epilepsy warning for this one. Now this is my favourite Jeff Minter game. It's unique, as far as I know. It's not, you know, a twist on a existing arcade game concept or anything like that. It's silly as hell. And the main fun of it is just wandering around the maze, seeing what strange things will greet you. So what we have to do here, in general, is to do something that will open up the walls on the side of the playfield. After the timer runs out, these walls will open, and then you can go on to the next room. So our little title bar there has our energy, the level name, our coordinates within the maze, the time left until the doors open, which they just have, and our lives. And crashing into the walls will kill you. And you explode in a very satisfying manner. Don't copy that floppy, lads. And away! To find a killer shoe. Oops! Okay, this room isn't going terribly well. Yes, my own shots managed to take off a huge swathe of my energy. Like that! Next time round, I don't think I'll come into this room. And away, and good riddance. Ah, that was substantially easier. In fact, can I just stay here and not shoot anything? It's fairly easy to hit the sprite limit in this game. So if you've got a bunch of stuff on screen at the same time, nothing else will appear. Man, you would not get away with this in a game these days. Oh yes, the arrows at the top there indicate which walls can be opened. Oh dear. The strength of them, and also some of them can only be opened with a special key, in which case they will naturally be indicated by a camel instead of an arrow. Oops, that was my fault. There's a self-destruct button if you get hopelessly stuck, which I hit instead of pressing the key to bring up the hint text. Yes, the wall on the right here is unopenable unless you have the key. So there's not much else to do now apart from wander around and survive until the timer runs out. Bye, Neil. Okay. And they go sideways. Hang on, how am I going to work this? Okay, no, we can hit the opposite wall. That works. Let's go down here. Okay, this... oh. Killed to death by an alarm clock. There's a metaphor for life in there somewhere.